Well, as you likely know, we are in tax season. In fact, we're only a month away from the tax deadline, and it's prime time for scam artists to get your personal information. And joining us with the easiest ways for scammers to get you is Beth Ann Steele, who's joined us many times from the FBI, and they're actually set up scams, like phishing scams. Is that correct, Beth Ann?
Right. So one of the most concerning ones right now is a W-2 scam. And it's a phishing scam, phishing with a PH. So what happens is the scammer pretends to be the executive at a company, and he contacts the HR department and says, hey, I need the employee's W-2 information for tax or audit purposes. And if the HR department doesn't follow up on that and simply sends the information, oftentimes the scammer gets full access to your information.
Does this happen at large companies, or I'm thinking mom and pop operations?
It can happen at both.
At both, wow.
Right. So in worst case, we've seen cases where several thousand employees have lost their W-2 information to a scammer, but it can happen at small companies just as easily. So we really want people to be aware of that and be cautious of what the potential risks are when they go to file their taxes.
I always wonder, you get the option of doing the electronic as an employee, if that's safe, or if I should still get it mailed to me. I suppose if you're on like an in-network server, that should be safe.
Well, you want to make sure that the company is taking the proper precautions, that W-2 information should be secured and it should be behind an encrypted firewall, that there should be all of the normal kinds of security that you would want with your personal information, firewalls, virus protection, all of that kind of thing. But the most important thing for a company is to be aware of this risk and to put protections in place so that an HR department doesn't automatically respond to a request from a seeming executive within the company, that there are backup procedures and protocols that that the HR folks know in advance they need to call and confirm. There needs to be a special PIN number. There needs to be some special protocol set up so that this can't just happen.
How much down the road do you find out about these things? Is it months later that I might find out?
Well, you as a taxpayer would probably find out pretty quickly when you go to file your taxes and find that someone else has already filed taxes for you and received your refund. So that would be the most concerning piece of this. But if somebody gets your W-2, your Social Security number is on there, and that can lead to any number of different kinds of frauds down the road.
So I'm assuming the joke is on the crook if I owe taxes.
Right. I'm guessing he won't pay, Rob.
Well, what can you do, Beth Ann, if you are a victim? Because that does happen to a lot of people out there. So what's your recourse?
Well, first of all, you should contact the IRS, let them know. If you believe that your W-2 has been stolen, make sure you contact the IRS to let them know. Also, please contact the Internet Crime Complaint Center, which is the FBI-run clearinghouse for all of these kinds of online cyber scams and threats, and let them know as well. What they do is they try to take all of these reports from all over the country, aggregate them, and find out if they can identify a particular group or a particular person who may be responsible for a large-scale fraud like that.
Is this the kind of crime that the FBI sees increasing year to year?
Certainly any kind of cyber theft like that or cyber scam, they certainly are getting worse year to year.
I guess the last thing, file early. You reduce the actual opportunity of time, right?
That is true. That is true.
All right.
And get that hefty refund quicker, right, Rob?
Right.
Or pay the government quicker.
Yes. If you do steal my information, pay my bill, please.
Beth Ann Steele, always nice to see you. Thanks for coming by.